all-inclusive, but I can't. I can give a list that is a good starting place to start getting some information that might be a little bit different than what the government indoctrination camps that we like to call public schools, something that's a little bit different than what we've been fed in that environment. The Mises Institute is a great place to kind of begin and learn some of the basics of free markets, how they're supposed to run, some of the fallacies that surround more of the mainstream economic thoughts, the Keynesians, people like that. There are many schools of economic thought, and who's to say which is right and which is wrong? We just have to look at history, use a scientific method. We take the rules, we take the theories, and we test them, and we see how they come out. And some of us come to the conclusion that free market capitalism is the way to go, and others come to the conclusion that collectivism is the way to go. Various forms, communism, socialism, a lot of different forms that collectivism can take. But understanding the basic principles and then being able to test them on our own without reading a book to do so, kind of applying them in our own world, common sense wise, that's what I think is important. Books like Economics in One Lesson, Henry Hazlitt, easy read, good introduction. Of course, I think everyone should read Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, and many of us already have many times, but great book to get, especially a young person in the 20 to 30 age range, to get them excited about liberty and economic liberty, personal liberty, about the possibility that man should be proud of himself, and that we can rise to great levels. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to be proud. It's okay to be successful, to work hard, to keep what we earn, those ideas. I think that a lot of the anarcho-capitalists, specifically anarcho-capitalist philosophy, there are some great thinkers. It's not that popular. It's new, so there aren't thousands of great writers and speakers and lecturers on the topic. There are at most 100 good ones, probably more like a dozen or so. Some of those that I would put at the top, people that have some great ideas that are worth listening to. Walter Block has some great ideas. Yeah, he's libertarianish like we all are. You got to play well with others sometimes. He's not pretty, he's not polished, but he's right. Stefan Molyneux. He's not pretty, but he is polished, and he's also often right. Got a great English accent. Rambles on and on. Makes me look like I'm a quick soundbite kind of guy. But very entertaining. Has over 1,000 hours of podcasts, free to download. Several great books. Everyday Anarchy, great book. It takes 6 hours to listen to a book on tape. So plan a 3-hour trip each way, and you get that book done. And a lot of great ideas there. Larkin Rose, another person leader in the movement. Karl Wattner has been publishing the Voluntarist publication since 1982, I believe. So it's the longest running libertarian publication. Great stuff. Has a book that has all of his everything that he's written and others have written, and not everything, a lot of it, all compiled in this one book. So that's a good resource. Of course, who's the great one who I'm slipping is Doug Casey, and he's not so much a lecturer or a philosopher. He's an investor, and his ideas are excellent. He's very to the point. He speaks well, but he doesn't make a living out of it. He goes out and he sets an example. He invests in smart stuff, and he makes a lot of money doing it, and he's willing to share his information sometimes. So, of course, there's the kind of I'm going to say contemporary, even though he is dead. He's not passed on to a better place. He's dead, unfortunately, but he's dead. Rothbard. Got to read Rothbard. Some basics of the thinking, and of course others have expanded upon them, but he's a great thinker. I think those are a good starting place. If you want an even lighter starting place, look on YouTube, Philosophy of Liberty. It's just a 7-minute animation. Great stuff. If you're still at the point that you think that government needs to exist and fulfill a lot of duties, if you're a mainstream Republican, I think a good opener, it's a minarchist piece, but Overview of America, the John Birch Society put it out. That's a good half-hour kind of something to wake a person up. Once you've learned a bit more, you'll see that that's actually even statist in and of itself. But it's a nice stepping stone to get to that perfect place, which of course I have arrived. I say that tongue-in-cheek. I'm still learning. If someone can prove to me that I'm wrong about something, I'll change. The old man was asked if he'd die for his beliefs. And he said, hell no, I might be wrong. And that's how I feel. Just, you have to prove it to me. You can't just emotion. You can't yell and scream and pound and say that I'm going to burn in hell. You got to prove it to me. But I'm very open to being corrected. And I have been often. And that's how I've arrived at the place that I'm now at. So I'm very open to that. I encourage people to talk to me about it. I'm happy to give further reading lists or authors or other places to get information. It's important that we teach our children to investigate. It's important that we teach them not what it is they need to know, but how to go about learning. And of course, that takes me into education. And it's